Hello, everyone, and welcome to Got Thrones, a Game of Thrones podcast. I'm Alexandra August.
I'm Johnny Kolosinski.
And it's Got Thrones Superfight!
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Episode, what is this, 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, dang.
That sounds great. If you are unfamiliar with Superfight, or unfamiliar with what we're doing, Superfight is a card game, kind of like Apples to Apples or Cards Against Humanity. And you pick a character card, which can be anybody from pop culture. Like, what are some examples, Johnny?
Oh, like, for example, I always go with Mr. Rogers riding a dinosaur.
Yeah.
But Mr. Rogers seems like an excellent go-to.
Yeah, and then it could also be, so it could be Mr. Rogers, and then somebody else could pick a boy band.
Mm-hmm.
And literally just a boy band. And
yeah,
then
a boy band armed with T-Rex's heads on sticks. I'm on a dinosaur kick today.
So
apparently.
that's the other part of the game. You pick these pop culture characters, and then you pick a couple of attributes from the deck as well. And they can be 3 feet tall, makes clones of themselves, or holding a tiny T-Rex on a stick, and can fly but only 2 feet above the air. And we discussed...
Now, are there any cards that are sometimes difficult to understand that you might have questions about?
Generally, yeah.
Like, for example, say, a velocipede?
Yes. See, this is important, audience, because last week we drew an attribute that Johnny and I had very different understandings of its meaning. It was the word velocipede, and I
had no understanding, and so I went straight to Google.
Oh, okay. Well, eventually we had two different understandings. I thought, as it sounds like, that it is some kind of beast akin to a velociraptor, but a species that only appears in fantasy novels, so they had to adjust the name. That kind of thing. That's what I thought. Some kind of velociraptor type thing. Apparently it's a bicycle. Yeah.
It's the old-timey bike.
Yeah, it's an old-timey Victorian bike with a big front wheel and the very small back wheel. So the attribute cards, you kind of have to vet every once in a while. But anyway, Oh, also, by the way, I ran a poll on Twitter, and I'm the only person who could not define velocipede without looking it up. Most people could not do it.
Oh, you're not the only person. Okay.
Not the only person at all.
Or everyone lies on the internet.
No, lots of people admitted to not knowing what that meant.
Your friends are more honest than mine.
We had a couple of really good Facebook comments on it, though. I didn't pull them up, but if I manage to do it during this podcast, I will read them off. But we should get back to the actual episode. So we pull attributes, and then what do we do?
And then we pair them with some of our favorite Game of Thrones characters, and we pit them in a battle to the death.
Yep, so instead of actually using the characters in the Superfight deck, we've just substituted them all out with Game of Thrones characters. So this week, we've got a pretty exciting matchup, one that's been brewing for a while, and one that I think we've all wanted to see. But before we get to that, we did want to discuss the really pretty great trailer that dropped last week.
Yeah, trailer 2.0 that dropped on Wednesday of last week.
Can I tell you my immediate thoughts?
Yes.
It's real good.
Yeah.
Really, good. Really liked it.
Yeah.
I feel I'd like try to critique this show, and then I watch a trailer. I go 9 months without watching it, and I see a trailer, and I'm like, they should create a new award show for Game of Thrones. I saw a new part of my soul.
Like, the gamies.
Such a hypocrite.
My immediate thought was, damn it, Sansa, don't listen to Littlefinger.
Oh, I know. Please don't screw it up.
Yeah. Littlefinger's gonna ruin everything.
Oh my god, it's just... Well, and the fact that they bookended it with that. The fact that the trailer opens with Sansa with this, like, really complex look on her face. It was some beautiful work by Sophie Turner. Just kind of, at times, at different milliseconds, happy and sad, and then kind of concerned and fearful or just anxious.
It's possible that this is just the episode where Sansa does mushrooms.
Oh, I really hope that's what it is. I really do. I'm not putting a lot of faith in it, but that'd be great. I think it's what's really chilling is that this is all playing to the light of the Seven, and instead of Cersei, it's Sansa. And I hope that's not what they were implying, or at least I hope if that's Sansa's arc to become, you know, kind of as bloodthirsty, I guess, as Cersei, or as uncompromising, or just straight delusional as Cersei. I hope that either doesn't happen or that it's a very short arc and she kind of wakes up in episode 6 and is like, what was I thinking? I will stop being an asshole.
Yeah. Because we do see Jon riding off somewhere. And under her, you know, when the winter comes, the lone wolf dies and the pack survives.
Yeah, well, that's actually something else I wanted to talk about, because clearly at some point during this trailer, the shot with Jon and Davos, Jon is not in the north. Yeah. Jon's in the south, which is a pretty big fucking deal, because Jon has literally never been there. In his life or in the course of this show, which, like, I had to think about. I saw that and I realized it and I was like, oh my god, he actually, like, this is pioneering. Like, things are happening. Yeah, this is... He never leaves... He never essentially goes south of Winterfell. No, he really doesn't. Unless you count being born in Dorne. Oh, yeah, well, we can't count that. Actually, he's the most well-traveled Stark child. Well, there's Arya. Well, except for Arya, yeah. Never mind. Anyway. So I think my sad Johnsa ship is, you know, I think that pipe dream is probably dead. I don't know. I could still see it happening. I mean, I hope so, obviously. Unless he... So who is he talking to with our families fought together for hundreds of years, then? I mean... Is that him talking to Daenerys, or is that him talking to Tyrion? Well, if he's talking to Tyrion, then obviously he's probably talking to Daenerys. In any case, I think the exciting thing here is that, holy shit, they're going to meet. Mm-hmm. Because if he's in the South, I can't imagine what else he would be doing there. She's the only one friendly to him. And and so who's next to him? Davos, who knows Dragonstone inside and out. So even if there was an ally in the South, Jon can't necessarily get to them safely. Right. But he can get to Dragonstone pretty easily. And who better to get in than a smuggler? And we know Dany's, we know that Davos knows his way in. Mm-hmm. We know that Dany's there because she's I'm back on the map everywhere. Table. Yeah, the only time that we see Dany, she's at Dragonstone pretty much all season. Yeah, or all these promotional shots and trailers, I think. Which is either because it's your standard Daenerys arc, and she's showing up somewhere and then not leaving there for the rest of the season. Or because she's in King's Landing by episode 3. Oh, fingers crossed. You know who is in King's Landing? Yep. Ronnie Greyjoy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All them ships that were floating in that harbor. Yep. I guess Pilu Asbeck and HBO have come out saying, like, oh, Euron Greyjoy is going to make Ramsay Bolton look like the child that he was. And how does that kind of headline make you feel? Like it's unlikely. Yeah, right? If they have to pitch Ronnie as a villain, well, I don't have a lot of faith with how they're handling his story. Exactly. If you have to say it like that, that sounds really desperate, first of all. And well, but at the same time, every season somebody has said that about their character. Yeah, but the fact that he purposefully dropped Ramsay Bolton kind of really annoys me, because you didn't have to draw the comparison to say that, like, oh, this villain's gonna is like nothing you've ever seen. You could say something like that, but he qualifies it with Ramsay Bolton, and that's just stupid to me, because it's completely shooting themselves in the foot, because you can't equal Ramsay Bolton, because Ramsay Bolton had 4 seasons to become Ramsay Bolton. Like, I've no doubt that Pilu Asbeck and the writers are capable of creating a Euron Greyjoy that is just as terrifying, if not more, probably more so. I mean, God knows he is in the books, for sure. He does make Ramsay Bolton look like a child. But you can't establish that in a shortened season. Right. Yeah. Not if the king's mood is
I will
vacation.
happily be proven wrong.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Were you very excited by Jaime's wild ride?
Oh, yeah. Like,
it just occurred to me, I'm like, dude, of course, you only have the one hand, which means you can joust.
Yeah, he can joust. He can, I mean, sword combat or mounted combat is going to be one-handed combat.
Yeah.
As long as he can steer the horse with his legs.
Sure, he probably already was really good at jousting and whatnot with his right hand, and now it's his left hand, so he probably is still up a little bit shit creek, but...
Well, jousting, you stick the thing there and you go. You toss the lance in the crook of your arm. You
do have to kind of aim it, though. Like, it's important.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I don't know. All right, well, anyway, this is too much on this, but... he looks so intensely engaged and sad in a way that we haven't seen him in so long.
Yeah.
Like, I think Jaime is about to be out of fucks.
Yes.
And
Other thing I'm super excited about is seeing the Unsullied fight with a season 7 budget. And I think we've talked about this a little bit before. Is seeing the Unsullied fight on a Battle of the Bastards budget.
Ooh, I'm like gripping my own hands right now. Because actually, this was something else I looked at when I was looking at the trailer. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% certain that the Unsullied are going to sack Lannisport and take Casterly Rock. Because if you look at it, Grey Worm, like I'm assuming I think it's Grey Worm, we get a shot of a guy in a mask pointing to a cave. So they're invading something coastal. And how did they invade Marine? They went in by stealth and then opened the doors from inside. They do the same thing in Casterly Rock, because if you look at, they shoot him going into a cave, and then a couple of shots later, it's Unsullied opening the doors for Unsullied in a castle.
Yeah.
And, which means we're going to get to see Casterly Rock!
Yes, which is fantastic.
Very excited about that.
Maybe we'll just get a new city every episode.
Oh my gosh. I gotta tell you, this show could get away with a lot from me. I mean, I'm talking Jon could die, Dany could die, if I got to see Casterly Rock, Highgarden, and maybe a little bit more of Horn Hill and and a Shy. You could have all those people for a Shy, for just a Shy, to be honest with you.
Meteor hits and the rest of the season is in a Shy.
Like, it can be like a Rick Steves tour of a Shy, and I would sacrifice most of the rest of this series so I could see it. So, I guess, okay, so the question of, I look at Jaime, and Jaime just really kind of seems to be on his last emotional legs, and this question keeps coming back because at the end of season 6, everybody was like, there's no way in hell Cersei's going to make it through season 7. We give her 3 episodes at best. And I think at this point, it's pretty questionable whether or not she'll even die this season at all.
Yeah,
I don't know why I think that, but it just doesn't seem... She seems to have too much importance.
If Cersei is still alive, then there's a reason to sack Lannisport.
True.
If Cersei...
That's a good point. Yeah.
It's not like... Uncle Cavan and Jaime are going to unite to maintain the throne for Lancel. Oh, I guess Lancel's...
That's a very good point.
Lancel's burnt.
I'm pretty sure if Daenerys walked in there with dragons, Jaime would be like, I kept it warm for you.
Yeah.
There you go. Can I go now?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm so glad you're back.
Yeah. I did what I do, which is stabbed the monarch in the back.
So sorry, but oh my gosh, I had this weird fantasy of like if Daenerys and Jaime ever meet, that Daenerys is just going to be like, actually say something really cool and just say like, you killed my father. Apparently you saved a lot of lives. You're good in my book. Like,
yeah,
that's
you killed my father. I killed my sister.
I just want it to be. That's my I like friendship them.
Yeah. Oh, man. Or, I don't think anyone has ever shipped Jaime Dany.
It just, no, I don't know why. Maybe they're just too golden to get, they need more contrast. I feel like they would blend in with each other. That's not attractive at all to me. I don't know, it's like, oh.
It'd be like watching Girls.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't think. Yeah, so we don't think that. Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Cersei's definitely going to live through most of the season.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of what eventually could end her at this point, because it looks like
Jaime.
Jaime. I mean, I think so. Yeah, I think Johnny and I both agree that the symmetry is just too perfect not to.
She's being written to become heiress, and there's the prophecy of the Valonqar.
And the fact that, like, Jaime it's been in question up until now whether or not Jaime was going to be a tragic hero or a redeemed hero.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's going to be tragic. And if it's tragic, the most operatic and perfect way to do that is to have him kill his sister in an echo of what he did 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That literally, like, he's living in his own time loop. Like, his life is a time loop.
Now, there is the possibility that it will be Tyrion that that rather than it's just the Cersei's gone batshit,
mm-hmm.
that it'll be a Tyrion Dany convincing of the fact that they're necessary.
Oh, yeah. God, that's even worse. Maybe Tyrion will do it. Maybe, like, it'll be Tyrion's last service to Jaime, that since Jaime freed him, Tyrion will be like, I'll kill our sister.
Yeah, I've already got the crossbow.
Dude, if we're right... Dude, that was just really kind of messed up what we just talked about. But I feel like that means we're close to it being right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I guess... I feel like... Oh, man. If Cersei makes it through this season... I just don't know, like, what is she gonna do next season? She's killed everyone. She's lost everything. If she doesn't die this season...
If she doesn't die this season, then she is going to burn King's Landing to the ground.
Yeah, but jeez.
And they're not going to be fighting for the Iron Throne because it's going to be the melty puddle.
Oh, I hope not. That's going to be redundant. I feel like that's what she's been doing most of this season.
Yeah. I mean, it'll take the whole... Like, literally all of King's Landing.
Yeah. All right, well, I think we've done that. I think we've sucked the trailer dry. And
she also could marry Euron Greyjoy.
Oh. I'm kind of shipping that. I'm not gonna lie. They're so crazy. Both of them are so like, I feel like it would almost be like when Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa got together on the Power Rangers. I feel like I was, I think, maybe 9 when I saw that. It was like, yes. It's crazy, but I like it. Oh, yeah. Anyway, okay, so we should play Superfight.
Yeah.
We should get down to business.
Yeah. And defeat the Huns.
No, it's pretty appropriate that we were just talking about Cersei's death, because this pair-up is 2 men who have a stake in that. They have a dog in that race.
Yes, they do. There's good old King Robert.
Bobby B.
Yeah, Bobby B.
But not just one Bobby B.
Not just one Bobby B. 3 Bobby Bs.
3 Bobby B.
Yeah. Bobby, who can change into a femme fatale at will.
But again, facing him is
Lancel.
Lancel Lannister. Who shoots glitter and can summon anything from a hardware store.
It's Lancel the Builder.
Wait, okay, so where do you think we are?
There's one of 2 places, and I will put these both out here and let you decide. Okay. Either in the throne room, or in the woods on the boar hunt.
Oh, good. Woods in the boar hunt. That's what I was thinking.
Great.
Yes. Okay. Like the sun, the sun is like it's maybe 3-4 o'clock. Like the sun is just starting to go down, and it's kind of autumn, and so it's coming in these like beautiful dappled. It's gorgeous, is what I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think part of me subconsciously, when I was pulling these, gave Lancel the hardware store thing just in revenge for the breastplate stretcher. So now Lancel,
he can in fact summon
a breastplate stretcher, he can find it.
That is step number one.
Like, I feel like it's like Lancel is kind of goes Jigsaw in this. It has, like, spent some time, now that he's been dead for a few months, actually crafting a breastplate stretcher.
Yeah.
And when we summon him into existence to do our bidding, which is to Superfight Robert Baratheon, this is what he comes with.
He comes with a breastplate stretcher.
A DIY Pinterested breastplate stretcher. That shoots glitter. Yeah. So that said, I don't know how he would use a breastplate stretcher. Or maybe he just throws it at him and then summons a weapon.
Yeah.
Like,
and then he summons that nail gun.
Oh yeah, I like that. I'm so proud of Lancel. He's finally been able to reemerge as somebody who's like the Punisher who shoots glitter.
Yeah.
Robert, I feel like, is still really drunk.
Robert is still really drunk.
Yeah, he was that drunk the day that he died, that he's been dead some 5 years and brought back to life, still drunk.
And now he's just slightly fermented.
Yeah.
He's just distilled.
His hangover is going to kill him if Lancel doesn't.
Yeah. And there's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them. And they're big guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Lancel hurling his homemade breastplate stretcher at them killed one of them.
Honestly, I don't know that having 3 Roberts able to change into a femme fatale at will is really an advantage.
Well, that's the thing.
I think we can cancel out 2 of those.
What do you mean?
I think that Robert will get distracted by himself.
Sorry, I just caught up to where you're going with that. Okay, well, I'm thinking that they share, like, clone brain, though. And they can, like, they're, like, kind of like a Borg unit. And so they can talk and be like, do not change into femme fatales. Right now. Like, now's not the right time.
Do you think that Robert would listen to himself?
Okay, look, I think it's possible. I think it's possible, which means that we have to see where it goes.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's always possible at the outset of any super fight for one party to win outright if everything goes right for them. And not everything needs to go right for them. They could have Robert's clones could have a hive mind. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Okay, so what do you think? How do you think shooting the glitter is a good weapon?
Well, I think it is a weapon of blind. It's a blinding debuff.
Okay.
Essentially.
All right.
You go for the eyes.
Okay.
And
I'm going to go with you on this because I try to think about what it would be, and then all I could think about, my brain just summoned different images of Lancel shooting glitter out of some kind of appendage. Like maybe he doesn't have a hand, but he has a glitter gun.
Oh, I'm seeing Spider-Man's web slingers.
Oh!
But glitter. Spider-Man's web slingers, but fabulous.
Like... It's like Sparkly Gack or Sparkly Silly String or something. I was thinking seeing it like explosions where they're like "Foomp," and it's glitter, like "Foomp."
Oh, you were seeing like Jubilee.
Yeah, I guess not as focused a beam, maybe, as you were thinking.
Yeah,
but anyway, so yeah, I agree with you. I think it's primarily a blinding weapon
and annoyance.
Yeah, and annoyance, because Robert is not a metrosexual.
No,
I mean nobody really is anymore, but Robert least of all. He does not think it's funny.
No, he doesn't think it's funny. He doesn't think it's cute.
Nope.
If there was femme fatale Robert,
oh my gosh,
that would probably
like
add
Marilyn
to
Monroe and like Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, 100%. As a matter of fact, that is the femme fatale that Robert is changing into in my head. Nice magenta satin gown, diamonds at every single juncture.
Yeah, I was seeing more, much trashier.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, well, it's fine. Those can exist in concert. So I think my thought was that Lancel has a nail gun and he's just like, he's in full rage mode for obvious reason. He deserves it. And, like just things did not go well for Lancel and it wasn't his fault. And so he's shooting this nail gun just in a blind rage, kind of berserker mode. And Robert changes into the femme fatale, but there are 2 of them. And Lancel, kind of a sucker for blondes.
Yeah. I'm just going to take a time out here and say that I think we might be the most pro-Lancel podcast in the Game of Thrones entertainment community.
I mean, in context of him fighting Robert,
yeah,
I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything else, no, not really, but like,
yeah.
Lancel didn't have an easy time of it.
Yeah.
Lancel
made his own bad decisions, but he was led down.
It's not like he was ever gonna win. Like, it wasn't like he was ever gonna outsmart Cersei.
Right.
Like, he was gonna be like, no, I don't want to sleep with you, and she was just gonna be like, yes, you do. Drink this.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yes, I forgot.
Yeah.
Turns out you're right. And then turns out that's gross. And then turns out I need to become a religious fanatic.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. Incest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, I think that... yeah, honestly, I think this might actually be our plateau moment, because I think the Femme Fatales could basically shock Lancel long enough to get close to him and then just fucking grab the nail gun and 1-2. So... But I also think that Lancel, like, might get it before then. In any case, I don't know. I think this is kind of where we...
Yeah, we gotta draw some more.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we got?
Okay, so... we have Robert. 3 of them can change into a femme fatale at will and is really, really stupid.
Ooh.
Whereas Lancel shoots glitter, can summon anything from a hardware store, and has a skunk on a stick.
Okay. Okay. That skunk on a stick is, it's a thing.
I mean, honestly, I think we can call this right now.
We're gonna call this for Lancel with a skunk on a stick?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure, like, Robert wasn't the sharpest to begin with.
Yeah.
So really, really stupid from where he was. I'm not saying that Robert was stupid. He was not. But he was, kind of...
He was not wise.
No, not wise. Good at kind of the one thing, but not really anything else. So, if he's really, really stupid, beyond how stupid he already was in certain capacities, I think he wants to, like, hunt and grab and play with the skunk on a stick, and then I think Lancel just
You think this would turn him into Bizarro?
Yeah, or like Hodor. I think this is Hodor. Which makes me sad. Oh, jeez. Never mind. Well.
This is the first time you've ever gotten sad over Hodor.
It is the first time I've ever gotten sad over Hodor.
Weird.
Sorry, guys. I've watched the episode over and over again.
We found Alex's breaking point of humanity, and it's Hodorizing Robert.
It is. Congratulations, Lancel Lannister, for finally getting a bit of your own back.
Yeah. We'll give you this one.
We're gonna give you this one. Good luck, son. Good luck in the afterlife. Don't take any guff. Good night, folks. We will see you next week.
Have a good one.
Bye.